Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Christy Van with Fantastic Finances, and on this channel I teach velocity banking. So today we are working with a couple that is in a negative cash flow, meaning that they are short every month $677. That's beyond the paycheck to paycheck filling, right? Their income is currently at $5,200, but their expenses are at $5,877. That is what's causing this negative cash flow. But look at all of this. They have so many credit cards. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loans, very small loans, and then they have 8 credit cards. This is stealing their cash flow. This is their cash flow right here. It's gone in payments because they are sitting back making payments. So how can we pull them out of a negative cash flow and get them out of debt quickly? Well, with the credit scores that they currently have, which is hovering around 660, they should be able to get another credit card for even $6,000. It doesn't have to be a lot. It has to be enough to pick up some of these balances and free up this cash flow. So what if we got it for $6,000 and we just started with a few of these debts and put them into the new credit card? Now, does it have to be a 0% credit card? Not necessarily. If it's 0%, of course, you're saving all the interest and putting it directly onto your principal, right? But if you have a 30% credit card, do you think that a 30% credit card would do this couple any good? Well, let's find out. So if their living expenses are at $1,040, the living expenses will be things like their food, their gas, maybe utilities, subscriptions, anything that you can charge on a credit card. This is what this total is. Now, this does not include their rent, mortgage, whatever those payments are. It does not include any of these because credit cards usually cannot be paid with credit cards. Loan payments cannot be paid with credit cards. There's a way, but we're not discussing that here today. So their total living expenses we're going to take at $1,040 per month that can be charged on a credit card. So let's just say that with the $6,000 credit card that they were approved for, that we're going to pay off some debts. So let's start with this one, the exact loan, the security finance. Then we're going to look at loan number 4 and loan number 5. Now, why did I choose those? Because of the cash flow, right? They're going to gain $650 with this loan, $130 with this loan, $536 with this loan, and $200 with loan number 5. And we add them to the current cash flow that's already a negative $677, but we're going to do a positive $1,516, which is all of these payments added together. That's going to give us a new cash flow of $839 a month. Like that. All they did was transfer some debt into another card, right? Consolidation, not a loan. We're consolidating into a line of credit. In this case, it's going to be a credit card. So if you add the living expenses, which we showed was $1,040, to the new cash flow, which is $839, $1,879 will be the amount of income that goes directly into this new credit card. So the total of all of these loans were $5,960. The total of all the payments were $1,516. We have figured out that our new cash flow is $839, meaning that the expenses plus the new cash flow equals $1,879, which is the income transfer that's going to go into this new credit card. So if you take $839, which is the new cash flow, and you divide that into the $5,960 balance at a 0% interest rate, it will pay off in 7.10 months. Okay, so in about 7 months, this will pay off doing nothing but putting in the new cash flow of $839. But what does that look like if you have a 30% interest rate on your credit card? 30%. Let's do the numbers and see how many months it's going to take them to get out of these 4 loans completely. So let's begin. If we have the balance of $5,960 on our credit card at 30%, we'll do the first income transfer in of $1,879. Remember how we got that? That brings the balance down to $4,081. The expenses then, that's $1,040. These are chargeable expenses that he will use every month. You add those back in because they're going to come back out throughout the month. Then I added the interest of $149. That was $5,960 times 30%. That brings your balance back up to $5,270. Month 2, the income goes in again, bringing the balance down to $3,391. The expenses and the interest come back out again. Notice how the interest goes down every month because we're lowering the balance. So if the principal is less, then the interest is going to be less. So the balance being at $45.16, month 3's income goes in, bringing it to $26.37. The expenses and the interest is going to come back out again, bringing it to $37.43. Month 4, the income goes in again, bringing the balance to $1,864. Add in the expenses again and the interest, you're back up to $29.51. Month 5, the income goes in, $1,879, bringing the balance down to $1,072. The expenses and interest come back out again, bringing you back up to $21.39. And in month 6, $1,879 income goes in, bringing the balance to $260. So we're looking at a little over 6 months, right? Well, I went ahead and added in the 3% fees that you may get charged when you transfer this $5,960 into one card, because they do have a transfer fee, usually 3 to 5%. That charge would be approximately $179, bringing the total to $439 that's now owed, which means that in 6.23 months, this card with the 4 loans is going to be paid off in full. So did the 0% make that much of a difference? No, because when you're doing the income transfers with these expenses added to it, that is what's making the difference, because you're knocking that balance down. Now in 6.23 months, this person is going to be paying nothing but expenses. Now, what would happen if he were able to get another card or a line of credit for $10,000? How much would he be able to wipe out then? How much additional cash flow would he gain? This is just a short example of what you can do when you have a bunch of loans and credit cards and you just transfer them into another line of credit, gaining so much cash flow that that cash flow is now going to work down the credit card to pay it off. He can do it again. He can do another transfer into the card, take out some more of these loans and these credit cards, or now his credit score is going to be pretty up there, so he's going to be able to go get a real line of credit and wipe out all of this debt. So he went from a negative $677 to literally probably one day of transferring all of that into cash flow. How long does it take for you to fill out an application online to get a new credit card? How long does it take that credit card to come in? A couple of weeks maybe? So you're looking at a couple of weeks of a complete change in his finances. It went from a negative to a positive, doing nothing but consolidating debt in a line and using that line to pay your expenses, adding your additional cash flow in there, paying that line off, getting rid of all of this. I mean, if he did this one more time into just the $6,000 credit card, he would be in such great, better shape, right? You can do it too. It's very, very easy. Just like this, I wanted to show you a small example of how easy it is to turn a negative cash flow into a positive cash flow. This was one of my Where Do I Start customers. It's an email service. You just send me your worksheet and I'll tell you where I would start. With this guy right here, I would be starting with any credit card he can get and doing transfers into the credit card to get rid of a bunch of this very quickly. Very easily, he could get one line of credit that's going to wipe out all of this, because we're looking at what? Less than $15,000 in debt right here. Now, he also has a BMW that has a $23,000 balance. What could he do with that? I know that there are banks offering 0% credit cards right now with a $25,000 limit. What if he transferred that into here and he gained the $560 payment that he's currently paying? These are very real solutions to very complex problems. People are swimming in debt. Come up out of the weeds and look around. Step back from the tree and look at the forest. You've got so many opportunities to change these loans and lines into new cash flow that's going to help you pay them off. I would like to see each and every one of you go into this new financial life of freedom, being able to breathe again and being excited to go to work and make money because now you know what to do with it. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If you too would like to order a Where Do I Start service, that link is below as well. I hope you guys have a terrific weekend, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.